All right, so we're going to practice dividing fractions and mixed numbers. But before I go over the steps that I have in my notes, I'm going to show you a video on dividing fractions, okay?
Yeah, you know how this go. Keep, change, flip. Simple, right? Dividing fractions. Vocabulary. Let's go. Keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Dividing fractions is easy. That's no lie. You just flip one, yup, then you multiply. Don't flip both, because that'll be strange. You need to keep one exactly the same. Yeah. Then the sign gets changed, division to multiplication, that's okay. Then flip the second fraction like you're on a grill. We multiply what's left, that's really real. Take 3/5, divided by 2/3. Keep, change, flip, that's the word. Keep 3/5 the same, change the sign so we multiply, that's the game. Flip 2/3, we get 3/2, then we can multiply, and so should you. 3 times 3 is 9, 2 times 5 is 10, 9 tenths can't reduce it, that's the end. Why do we flip it? I'll explain the math. Dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by half. 20 students in your class divided by 2 would be 10 students. Or we can do 20 students in your class times half is 10. You'll see, you get the same thing at the end. Dividing is multiplying by the reciprocal. Keep, change, flip, yeah, that's the simple rule. Keep, change, flip, yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip, yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip, yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip, yeah, that's the action. Everybody's gonna know how we're dividing fractions.
All right, guys. Let's go back to the actual notes and we'll go over some problems, okay? Flip this over. I'll drop my pen. Hold on. Okay. All right, so dividing fractions is really easy too. So the first thing though is if you see mixed numbers, and this is an if, okay, then change mixed numbers to, and I need to say improper fractions, guys, not just fractions, but improper fractions. And we've gone over how to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. Suppose you have 5 1/2. You would just say 2 times 5 is 10, and then add the 1. So you would end up with 11. So this will be 11. That's your numerator. And you keep your same denominator. But you only do step 1 if you see a mixed number, all right? All right. And after you get rid of any mixed numbers, then you do keep, change, flip. When you keep the first fraction, you change division to multiplication, and you flip the second fraction. That's called using the reciprocal. And some of you may have heard of that already. So let me go over reciprocal real quick. Like the reciprocal of 2/3 just means you flip it. It would be 3/2. The reciprocal of 1/2 would just be 2/1. Okay. The reciprocal of 5, well, 5 is over an understood 1. Remember, if you have a whole number, put it over 1. The reciprocal will be 1/5. So that's what I mean when I say flip. You just use the reciprocal, okay? And then after you change it to multiplication, you just apply your multiplication rules. Top times top and bottom times bottom, and then you simplify. So basically, dividing fractions is really multiplying because you're multiplying by what we call the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal. So instead of saying multiplicative inverse, which you may have heard too, we just use the term reciprocal. So if you look at the first example, you don't have any mixed numbers, so I don't have to worry about trying to clear out mixed numbers. So I can proceed to just keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction the same, change the division to multiplication, and then flip 7/4 or use the reciprocal, which is 4/7. And then since it's multiplication, you just use what you learned from multiplication. Top times top and bottom times bottom. So the two top numbers multiply make 4, and the two bottom numbers multiply make 35. And if you can't simplify, you're done. That's it. On this example, you want to keep 1/2. You want to change that to multiplication, and you want to use the reciprocal or flip there. Keep the 1/2. Change division to multiplication. You can use a little dot if you want to. And you're going to flip 5/4, making it 4/5. And then do top times top and bottom times bottom, and you're done. Now, you can simplify it if you want to. You can divide both of these by 2 because they're both divisible by 2. You get 2/5. But if you can only make it to 4/10 for me, I'm fine for right now, okay? You could have also said 4 is 2 times 2 and 10 is 2 times 5. And these cancel, leaving you with 2/5 if you wanted to simplify. But again, if you can only make it to 4/10, stop at 4/10. All right, if you have a whole number, let's fix this. Let's put it over 1, okay? There are no mixed numbers to clear out, so I just go with keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep the first fraction. I'm going to change division to multiplication. And I'm going to flip or use the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. Flip it. Now, since you change it to multiplication, just apply your multiplication rules. Top times top is 5, and bottom times bottom. 9 times 2 is 18. That's all you can do. It's already in simplest form. Now, the next example, you got to clear out the mixed numbers because remember, you can only do top times top and bottom times bottom. So you can't have like a whole number part, okay? You can't have a mixed number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix these, okay? Fix both of those. So fix those before you try to do any keep, change, flip, okay? You can only keep, change, flip if you only have a top and a bottom, numerator and denominator. So I'm going to fix this. 3 times 1 is 3, and then I'm going to add the 2. So I get 5. So that's 5, and keep your denominator right now. Divided by, don't try to change anything yet because you haven't cleared out your mixed numbers. I still have this mixed number to fix. 4 times 2 is 8, and then you got to add the 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, so that's going to be 9/4. Now are the mixed numbers cleared out? Sure, the mixed numbers are gone. So now since the mixed numbers are gone, I can keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep 5/3. I'm going to change the division to multiplication, and I'm going to flip or use the reciprocal of 9/4 and make it 4/9. So top times top is 20, and bottom times bottom is 27. I'm done. That's all you do. Okay, let's look at the last two. All right, so I got to clear out both of these. I can't have mixed numbers because you can only do top times top, bottom times bottom. All right, so we're going to end up with 5 times 1, which is 5, and then we're going to add that 2, which makes 7. So we end up with 7/5 divided by 3 times 2, which is 6, and then we're going to add that 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So keep the 3. Always keep your bottom number. All right, now mixed numbers are cleared out, so I can keep, change, and flip. So I'm going to keep 7/5, change division to multiplication, and flip that. That becomes 3/7. So I end up with 21/35 when I do top times top and bottom times bottom. Now you can simplify. Both of these are divisible by 7. But if you can only make it to 21/35, please just stop right there if you don't know what you're doing after that. So that's 3/5 in simplest form. All right, guys, now keep in mind, if you ever get one where the top number is larger than the bottom number, then Tebow, top in, bottom out, and change it to a mixed number for me, okay? And when I say that one, if you ever get one, I mean if the answer that you get has a top number, a numerator that's larger than your denominator, Tebow it for me, all right? All right, let's take a look at number 6. Put this whole number over 1, all right? But I still need to clear that mixed number out. So I'm going to say 5 times 1 is 5, and then add the 2, 7. So this ends up being 5 over 1 divided by 7 over 5. Now I can keep, change, and flip. Okay, so I'm going to keep the 5 over 1, change that to multiplication, and flip that, use the reciprocal. It's 5 over 7. Top times top is 25, and bottom times bottom is 7. Hey, the top number is larger than the bottom number, so I am going to Tebow, top in, bottom out. And I'm just going to skip count by 7s. All right, 7 won't go into 2. 7 will go into 25. Well, the closest I can get is 3 groups. And I'm going to subtract the 21, the number I circle, and write this as a mixed number. So that's going to be 3. And then 4 over 7. 3 and 4 sevenths. And that's all you do for dividing fractions and mixed numbers, guys. Work on the practice after this.